Photographers, what is the most outrageous photo shoot request you have received from an Instagram influencer? I was walking home from my late-night mechanic shift around 2 a.m. when I heard this awful noise coming from behind Murphy's bar. Sounded like someone was getting the crap beaten out of them. At first, I figured it was just another drunk fight. Murphy's was that kind of place. But then I heard this wet coughing sound and someone gasping for air. Something about it made my stomach drop. I walked around the building and saw this guy in his 20s getting his face smashed in by some older dude in a leather jacket. The kid on the ground was barely moving, just taking hit after hit. Blood was coming out of his mouth every time he coughed. His face was already swollen beyond recognition. The guy beating him was saying something about teaching him a lesson. I yelled, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" The leather jacket guy looked up at me for maybe 2 seconds, then took off running into the alley. Didn't even hesitate, just vanished. The kid on the ground was trying to sit up but kept falling back down. His breathing sounded all wrong, like something was broken inside. I helped him lean against the brick wall and called 911. He could barely talk but kept mumbling "thank you" over and over. When the ambulance showed up, the paramedics said if I'd found him 10 minutes later, he might not have made it. The cops took my statement, got my phone number, and told me they'd be in touch if they needed anything else. Standard witness stuff. I figured that was the end of it. Just one of those random good deed moments that happen sometimes. 3 nights later, I woke up to orange light dancing across my bedroom walls. My truck was completely engulfed in flames in my driveway. By the time the fire department got there, it was just a melted pile of metal and plastic. 17 years I'd had that truck. Now it looked like a burnt marshmallow. The fire marshal said it was definitely arson. Someone had poured gasoline all over the engine and lit it up, but nobody saw anything. No witnesses, no cameras, nothing. I kept thinking it was just random vandalism until I checked my mailbox the next morning. There was a folded piece of paper with no envelope, just 8 words written in block letters. "Keep talking, and you're next." That's when the pieces clicked together. The beating behind Murphy's wasn't some random bar fight. The kid I'd helped wasn't just some drunk who got jumped, and whoever did it really didn't want me talking to the cops. I called Detective Brooks, the guy who'd taken my statement. When I told him about the truck and the note, he got real quiet for a long time. Then he said, "We need to meet, right now." Turns out the kid I'd saved was named Tommy. He'd been trying to get out of the Iron Wolves, which was this local gang that controlled most of the drug trade downtown. The guy beating him was his old brother, Kevin Marsh, enforcing what they called a final warning. Brooks explained that when someone tries to leave the Iron Wolves, they get 1 beating as a message. If they still try to leave after that, they disappear permanently. My showing up had interrupted Kevin's message delivery. "You weren't supposed to see that," Brooks said. "And now Kevin thinks you can identify him, which makes you a loose end." Within a week, they had Kevin Marsh in custody. But the damage was already done to my life. I had to take unpaid leave from the garage because they were worried about retaliation. The insurance company was dragging their feet on my truck claim. I was basically trapped in my house, looking over my shoulder every time I went outside. The prosecutor said my testimony was crucial because Tommy was too scared to testify against his old gang. Without my witness statement, Kevin would probably walk free, and Tommy would end up dead within a month. So I had to testify under police protection. They moved me to my cousin Danny's place 2 towns over for 3 weeks before the trial. I couldn't work, couldn't go home, couldn't live my normal life because I'd tried to help someone. During the trial, Kevin's lawyer tried to make me look unreliable, said I was probably drunk, that it was too dark to see clearly, that I was just looking for attention. But the prosecutor had security footage from Murphy's parking lot that showed Kevin's car leaving right after I'd called 911. The jury found Kevin Marsh guilty of attempted murder and witness intimidation. Judge gave him 12 years. I lost my truck, my job at the garage, and about 6 months of normal sleep. But Tommy got to live. He moved out of state and started over somewhere safe.